Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Wright Park once again for another concert. We're so glad to see you. This is the band's 147th season, and we're excited to celebrate our nation's 250th all summer long and for the rest of the year, even after summer's over. My name's Jacob Miller, director and MC for the band, and the musicians and I thank you for being here with us on this lovely Tuesday evening. It's gorgeous out tonight. This coming Tuesday is our last final Tuesday concert of our regular Cowboy Band summer season. Yes, we do participate in a couple other Dodge City Days events and things like that, like Salute the Troops is on a Tuesday night. But next week is our final regular summer Tuesday night. And we have a very special treat for you all and everyone that is going to be coming that night. We're doing our first ever annual family night, Cowboy Band family night, and we're very excited about it. We've gathered some vendors that are going to be here with food trucks, and there's some people that are willing to do face painting for kids, and some of the band members are providing yard games and lawn games. So it's just a fun way to have everyone out and be social before, and just have a lot of fun before we play a concert for you all. So we really hope that you can make it next week. We've been sharing some info about that on Facebook as well. So if you see that, please help us by getting the word out and hit the share button. We would really appreciate that. I'll remind you all toward the end of the concert and give some more details about that. But it's a free event. It's going to be a lot of fun. That's next Tuesday night. Now, we ask that you please rise as you're able for the playing of our national anthem, followed by our state song, Home on the Range. Rough Riders by Carl King is a fast march often classified as a gallop. The gallop was a country dance style that preceded the waltz. Carl King was a self-taught musician who received occasional assistance from local Marine Band brass players. He quit school at age 14 to learn the printing trade while composing music at night, but soon switched to playing in and composing for bands. He went on to be conductor of the Fort Dodge Municipal Band in Iowa for 51 years. Here is one of his quicker marches, Rough Riders. The band's next piece is a wonderful overture written with gorgeous melodies and harmonies that create a classic Wild West setting. Red Rock Canyon by Robert Sheldon was written to capture the beautiful terrain near Las Vegas, Nevada. The different sections of this overture paint a picture of what it is like to hike among the massive boulders and rocky trails in broad daylight, or even enjoy the mesmerizing change of colors at sunset on the uniquely colored landscape. Here is Red Rock Canyon. This next march is another exciting composition by Carl King. It features a dark, aggressive minor key melody presented by our saxophones and low brass in the beginning, then switches moods to a much more pleasant tonality in a major key, like most marches do. One of the things that makes this march interesting, especially for the musicians that rehearse and perform it, is that it doesn't ever change key signatures. Here is Peacemaker March. Up next, we have a beautiful chorale arranged by Michael Brown. This chorale opens with our clarinet section playing the main melody, and the piece builds gradually throughout to a strong emotional peak. The piece is based on the hymn, "My Shepherd Will Supply My Need." We hope you enjoy Appalachian Air. right, everybody. Miss Katie got it from her seat. What does that mean? Children's March. Let's do it. Kids, come on down. Grab a flag. When you're done, when we get to the trio, you're all going to follow Miss Katie up here on the stage and wave those flags way up in the air. You got it? Show me that. If you have a flag, can I see it? Way up high. That's great. Good job. Got to move quick. All right, tonight's march has a patriotic title, and it's one that the band hasn't played in several years. I couldn't find a lot of information about this one online, but it's another staple by the great march composer Carl King. Here is another great march by King titled Miss Liberty. Kids, are you ready? Not quite. What a great crowd this is tonight. This is awesome.
Okay, yeah, but just come here.
Ready? Here we go. Good job, guys. Thank you for joining us with that. Wonderful job marching around. For our next piece, quick introduction. Wild horses have been found along the barrier islands of Georgia, the Carolinas, and Virginia since the early explorers first visited North America. Some of these horses swam ashore as a result of shipwrecks, while others got free from or were abandoned by early settlers. The wild mustangs have withstood storms and an ever-changing world around them, surrounded by modern man. Shackelford Banks is an uninhabited island in the Outer Banks of North Carolina, and the wild horses remain there today, even though there was a plan to move them from elsewhere. But enough people from the mainland gathered enough support to allow the horses to stay there and be protected. We hope you enjoy Shackelford Banks, a tale of wild mustangs. Well, we're curious every week who in our audience is not from around here, who's traveling and stopped by for our concerts. So if you could put your hand in the air if you are not a Dodge City or Ford County resident. Hands in the air. Very cool. How many of you keep your hands in the air if you live in Kansas somewhere? If you live in Kansas. Awesome. So we have a few. I see 4 to 5. We're so glad that you're here. So I know some hands went down a minute ago. How many of you are from out of state? Hands if you're not living in Kansas. Wonderful. This lady right here in the middle, where are you from? Colorado. That's awesome. Is anyone farther from Colorado? Let's find out. How about this crowd right over here? Florida? Is that right? Very nice. Welcome. Seems like we always have someone from Florida. It's wonderful. And then right back there behind the Floridians? Oh my goodness, that's wonderful. Very cool. It's been a long time since we've had someone from Australia, so welcome. Thank you so much for coming. Right here, sir? What was it again? France? Wonderful, welcome. Wow, this is quite the week for travelers. And that's just one half of the pavilion. We'll see what's over here. Got some hands up over here. Where are you all from? Kids, you want to shout it? Go ahead. Arizona! That's so cool! Very good. We hope you're enjoying the weather. I mean, I don't know how much different it is than Arizona right now, other than not being as hot, but it's still pretty dry here. We haven't had any rain in a while. Anyone else that I missed? What an awesome bunch of friends in our crowd that are from outside of Kansas. So thank you so much for being here tonight. We hope you're having a wonderful time. Let's give all the travelers a hand, everyone. Thank them one more time. Love finding out where our guests are from. It's so cool. Next, we'll play a fun Spanish march, also known as a Paso Doble, by Mexican-American composer Jorge Vargas. El Manto Dorado is fun for musicians of all ages, as it features exciting trumpet fanfares, lyrical clarinet melodies, and bass lines that mimic string instruments playing in a pizzicato style. Spanish marches are often more laid back than others written by Sousa and King, and it's always enjoyable to listen for the noticeable differences across the instruments. We hope you enjoy Vargas's El Manto Dorado. And now we will play another colorful overture with exciting syncopated melodies. You'll hear a calm lyrical opening which transitions into an upbeat dance-like feel in 3/4 time, much like that ice cream truck, for the rest of the piece. We hope you enjoy the wonderful flute solo in the calm middle section and all of the fun rhythms from the drums in the percussion section. Here is an original composition by Benjamin Tucker titled Whiteleaf Hill. Excuse me. This next march is a really unique one. It was composed by Paul Yoder, who was an American composer and arranger, and also president of the American Bandmasters Association from 1963 to 1964. His march, titled State Fair March, was dedicated to the official Kansas State Fair. Woohoo! Kansas! The WSU, Wichita State, marching band premiered the march at our state fair in 1958. I'm not sure, was anyone here at the Kansas State Fair in 1958? Do you remember hearing them perform that? No? The years are running together. I'm not sure if there was a vocal performance along with the band, but probably the coolest part about this piece is that the trio section does in fact contain lyrics. I won't sing them for you right now because I don't want to steal the show right before the band performs, but I will tell you what the lyrics are. Here's what Paul Yoder wrote for the trio section. The State Fair in Kansas is a show you ought to see. That great fair in Kansas is the open door of opportunity. The State Fair in Kansas is a thrill beyond compare. So let the band play a happy tune and come along to the Kansas State Fair. Yeah. So I didn't want to spoil the actual pitches. That's why I was just kind of like singing poorly. So I didn't practice. That's what I'm admitting right now. Okay, here's the State Fair March. Hope you enjoy. Well, we'd like to thank you all once again for being here this evening with us. We have one more patriotic piece to perform in honor of America's 250th. Before that, I'd like to share a few more details, though, regarding our Family Night event next week. We're very excited that so many vendors and community members have so willingly reached out to our band board members when we mentioned we'd like to do something like this. And we're excited to share we'll have 3 food trucks, yard games provided by the band set up around in the grass, a bouncy house for kids, face painting station, and much more. Keep in mind this is a free event for all, but if you'd like to pay for food and drink from the food trucks, feel free. That will cost. Feel free to go on our Cowboy Band Facebook page, like I said earlier, and help us share the posts that have been created and help us spread the word for that. I know word of mouth travels fast in good old Dodge City, as well as social media. So whatever you'd like to do, and if you'd like to email me for a PDF flyer so you can put up at work, just let me know. I'd be glad to help you with that. Also, and by the way, that event will start at 6 p.m. You don't have to be here right at 6. We're not taking attendance, but the concert will be our normal 7:30 time. So enjoy family night around the pavilion here in the park at 6 o'clock, all the way up until the start of the concert at 7:30. That's next Tuesday night, the 21st. Also, the band has one more performance this week, this Thursday evening at the first night of the Ford County Fair. The fair is a lot of fun, and there's a hot dog feed happening during our band concert. We hope you can make it to that this Thursday at 6:30 at the fairgrounds. And now we close tonight's concert with a medley of great patriotic songs. Here is An American Celebration by Larry Meek. See you Thursday and family night next Tuesday. Have a good evening.